Hello, Full Sail instructors. My name is Wesley Cassidy. This is my 3.2 Know Your Program video assignment. I'm going to go ahead and get right into it. What brought me to my initial decision to choose the degree I did, which is computer science, is the job demand. Nearly everybody uses some form of software daily. The alarm that wakes you up every day, your work email, Google Maps on the way home, Microsoft Word, and YouTube that I'm using to create this presentation. And only 1% or less of people know how to write code. So the job demand is only going to keep growing, and it's already such a big need right now. My program directors for this degree program at Full Sail has been Heather Arbuckle and some help from some other instructors for the live lectures and things like that, all of which have been great so far. Heather's been great with giving me feedback. What type of software and or programming languages will I be using in my degree? So far, I've used Microsoft's line of products such as Word, PowerPoint, etc. I've used some others as far as from Adobe, as far as Illustrator and Acrobat. I assume I'll be using more Adobe products in the following months. I plan on learning multiple programming languages during this. I can only assume we're going to start with C Sharp. It's pretty standard, but I do plan on learning multiple. Other programs that I assume we'll be using would be stuff like Adobe Dreamweaver and some other things like that when we really get into the programming and coding. From my research, what degree skills do I think I would like to focus on and why? I feel like the two most important ones would be communication skills and programming skills. I need to be able to make valuable code with little to no errors in as little time as possible, and I need to be able to effectively present my work, ideas, and feedback. So I feel like communication and programming skills will need to be my biggest focus to be successful in my career. What do you think will be the hardest classes that you would run into, and why do you think they'll be so difficult for you? I feel like the programming classes will probably be some of the toughest. Um, I have little very experience with coding, so I'm gonna have to make sure to learn it in a timely manner and to make sure to use Drive. What do I think will be the easiest classes I'll run into and why? My easiest class so far has been creative presentation. I was already very comfortable with public speaking and presenting to others, and the programs we used were all very familiar to me as far as Microsoft and PowerPoint. Um, how would you go about succeeding in those hard classes? What can you do now to help prepare for them? With knowing programming classes will make or break my career and my degree as a software developer. I'm planning on staying extremely focused on the concepts we're learning and asking questions for anything I'm not totally comfortable with. What I can do to start preparing for these classes now would be get a general knowledge of coding so I have a basis to build from instead of starting from scratch. There are a few free resources that I can use. There's a few provided by Full Sail, and there's some websites that you can start learning code on. So I do plan on starting that very soon here. And how would you break down your time to make sure you succeed in your classes? I'm going to use time management skills and review all of my assignments at the beginning of the week. So I have time to get questions answered to make sure I know exactly what I'm expected to do, and then I still have adequate time to complete those projects and assignments. So really, I'm just going to make sure I know exactly what's expected of me. I know how to create these things if it is programming and coding that I'm unfamiliar with, and really just stay ahead on the curve on those classes. I feel like that will be very necessary. And that's it. Thank you for listening.